On exiting the White House, First Lady Michelle Obama will leave behind a monumental legacy, improving the health and fitness of America's children, advancing the education of young girls around the world, and harnessing her poise and eloquence to speak out on crucial social issues. But perhaps just as significant was her gift of style, impacting lives and industries far beyond what you might expect. Here's my Nightline co-anchor, Juju Chain.
From the moment she stepped out into that inaugural parade almost 8 years ago, Michelle Obama sparked a fashion revolution, pairing her J.Crew gloves with a one-of-a-kind handmade dress. That inauguration dress turned Isabel Toledo, a relatively unknown Cuban-born designer with decades of experience, into an overnight sensation.
She was glowing from within. It was really the moment. It was magic. It was,
You're getting emotional.
yes, because I get approached by people that experienced it and felt times had arrived, that we were moving forward, that things are happening.
And what did that dress communicate?
Optimism.
Channeling tradition when pomp and the circumstance required it, but also adding fun with her own fashion flair. She broke all the First Lady fashion rules, embracing bold prints and textures, even going sleeveless.
Oh my gosh.
Nina Garcia of Marie Claire and Project Runway fame says it made people see Michelle Obama more as a friend than a First Lady.
I mean, here's a First Lady that showed her arms, that wore strapless, that wore off the shoulders. All of a sudden, every woman, including myself, wanted those very ripped arms that Michelle Obama
She launched many bicep curls.
The First Lady making fashion relatable to the masses, wearing Ann Taylor and J.Crew, along with those high-end designers, from Michael Kors to Ralph Lauren, customers clamoring to buy her next look.
She was a First Lady that mixed high and low fashion. She was relatable.
She secured her role as fashion's First Lady by appearing on the cover of Vogue, now 3 times. This month, Anna Wintour, writing, "No other American in the public eye has done so much to raise awareness around the rest of the world of our country's designers and labels."
It's so funny because a lot of people who don't really care that much about fashion would think, fashion is kind of frivolous. But it's not. It can be very substantive.
For Michelle, she made sure that it mattered quite a bit. And if you think about it, it's a billion-dollar industry. And she came just at the right moment where there was so much rising talent.
Toledo's design, like many of the First Lady's choices, ending up in museums.
Oh my God!
Toledo took me on a tour of her personal archive, designs that also hang in Michelle's closet. In many ways, Michelle Obama became a fashion fairy godmother.
Jason Wu and the inauguration dress, that white, beautiful, one-shoulder, wide applique dress. That gown was everything.
For me personally, she's such a fascinating woman to dress.
Prabal Gurung was another unknown. The then 31-year-old designer from Nepal was born in Singapore. Michelle Obama chose his smoky red sleeveless dress for the 2010 White House Correspondents' Dinner.
How much pride does that feel do you get when you see it on TV and you see her walking around in it?
I sat there when I saw that and I just thanked, I don't know who it was, God or whoever was responsible.
Michelle Obama made very conscious style decisions in picking various designers.
Yes.
But she also, it seems to me, purposefully chose emerging designers
Yes.
for whom she could play a pivotal role.
Or she could have just chosen to wear the established designers. You know, I wouldn't be here sitting talking with you had it not been for her and her gestures. And like me, there are so many other designers that she's decided to wear. It really changed our career. It really impacted. No longer were we, the new designers, but we were like, the new designers the First Lady of America is wearing.
Honestly, this is my fave.
Gurung now dressing Hollywood A-listers like Jennifer Lawrence and Anne Hathaway, to fashion royalty like Duchess Kate.
The irony, too, is that these are new designers many of whom are immigrants.
Yes.
So truly American
Absolutely.
designers.
For me, having born in Singapore, the American dreams that you hear about, you read about, you talk about, I wanted to try it. And it is the only country, honestly, that comes true.
It's the true American dream.
It is, it is. That's what the First Lady, Michelle Obama, did, is she decided, knowingly or unknowingly, to bring highlight and focus on the young, emerging, immigrant American designers, and it changed our lives completely.
And these pieces.
That realization of the American dream firmly stitched into the fabric of the First Lady's fashion legacy.
This is globalization in one dress.
France, India, made in New York.
I don't mean to be overly political, and yet we are at a time where there's a new president who is anti-globalization in a way.
I made a conscious decision to make majority of my clothes in New York. 90 to 80% of the collection is made in New York.
Like First Ladies before her, Michelle Obama exits the White House stage, leaving behind a fashion high watermark. There was Nancy Reagan's high-end glamour, and of course, Jackie Kennedy, who became a fashion icon.
You ready?
Of course.
Whose life and style Natalie Portman channels in the new movie Jackie. The fashion world is watching as designers remain divided on who may or may not dress the next First Lady. Diane von Furstenberg, Carolina Herrera, and Calvin Klein all say yes, while Marc Jacobs, Derek Lam, and Tom Ford say no. Tom Ford explaining his decision on The View.
She's not necessarily my image. And, you know, also the First Lady, other than the fact that I'm a Democrat and voted for Hillary, and I'm very sad and disappointed that she's not in office.
But what about Isabel Toledo, whose dress ushered in that historic moment 8 years ago?
So if Melania asked you to design a dress?
Absolutely, I would design a dress for Melania. I'm not a politician. I'm a dressmaker. That's my true call, that's my job, and I appreciate when I can create a moment that communicates to everybody.
Prabal Gurung is a bit more nuanced.
As a brand, we believe in equality. As a brand, we believe in diversity. Knowing that the future First Lady, Melania Trump, would like to be dressed, I'd like to believe that, you know, silently yet surely she's showing solidarity with all of our beliefs. If that's the case, then I would love to dress her.
Melania Trump will certainly have big, fabulous shoes to fill.
The First Lady, Michelle Obama, she's unapologetic about being a woman, you know, embracing femininity. She loves fashion, but it doesn't dictate her.
For Nightline, I'm Juju Chang in New York.